the river of life. Welcome to this meditation. Relax your physical body and let go of all thoughts not of this moment. Slow down your breathing and let it become rhythmic. In and out. In and out. In and out. We are going to go on a journey together. In your mind's eye, see yourself living a most idyllic existence. It is paradise. You only know pure joy and happiness. You are light. There are no thoughts of past or future, only a perfect now. And yet you start to have a nagging thought that there is more to know, that somehow you must go on a journey to gain some deeper wisdom. With this thought, you fall into a deep, deep sleep. And you awake in a kind of dream. In this new dream state, you find yourself in a canoe of white light floating down a river. It is dawn, and the darkness and shadows are lifting as Grandfather Sun emerges above the horizon. This is a beautiful landscape, but it is not as heavenly as where you have come from. The trees are not all perfect. Some have broken branches. Some have fallen over. The colours here are not as vibrant as before. Your memory of your previous idyllic existence is becoming hazy and dim now as you focus more and more on your new surroundings. You look down at your canoe. It is no longer light and ethereal. It has become dense and wooden and hard to the touch. For the first time, you feel the sensation of the rough, splintery surface against your arms and legs. You look down into the river. The water is deep and dark, and for the first time you feel the sensation of fear as you imagine what might lurk in its depths. As you float down the river in your canoe, you see many sights, some happy and pleasant, and some not so inviting. At one point, you see a group of people standing on a flat, grassy stretch of the bank. They beckon you to come closer, and the canoe automatically follows your thoughts and moves towards them. You alight on the bank and ask, what are they doing? They seem engaged in some game or activity, and all seems happy and friendly. Suddenly, a dispute arises over the rules of the game, and the people begin to argue and fight among themselves. A darkness seems to envelop the atmosphere, and you feel uncomfortable and want to leave. You quickly get back into your canoe and leave these people far behind. But the sudden turn of events has left you confused and questioning why this has happened. The river carries you swiftly away, and after a while, the unpleasant encounter begins to fade from your mind. Just when you think things are going smoothly, you suddenly realize that you have not been concentrating on your course, and your distracted mind has caused you to stray far away from the center of the river and close to the far bank. Before you know it, the current has carried you swiftly into a side stream of the river. It is dark and narrow, with overhanging branches that whip against your body and face. But you cannot stop as the current carries you swiftly along for what seems like ages. You have no option but to cling to the canoe and trust that all will be well. Just as this thought of trust occurs, a bright light appears ahead amid the gloom of this unpleasant place. The vegetation thins and parts, and suddenly you find yourself and your canoe carried swiftly by the current back into the main course of the river. Again, you feel confused, but you are beginning to realize that the river is taking you on a predestined course. You begin to understand that you cannot change the course of the river, and you have to accept that it is going to take you where you are meant to go. Now up ahead, you see that the broad river narrows and quickens. You see sheer rocky walls rise up on either side as the river enters a long, winding, narrow gorge. Above you, the sky darkens and storm clouds quickly gather. Thunder and lightning flash overhead, and heavy cold rain drenches your shivering body. You feel very alone careering along in your tiny canoe in the darkness of this ominous gorge, being lashed by the storm. After what seems an eternity, the walls of the gorge flatten out to beautiful open countryside. the storm dissipates and Grandfather Sun emerges into a clear blue sky. You realize how much you now appreciate the light of the sun, having endured the dark and cold of the tempest. You are beginning to feel very tired now. The day has been long and difficult, and Grandfather Sun is sinking low in the west. You feel a heaviness and drowsiness come over you, and you feel the irresistible pull of sleep overtaking you. With your last waking moments, you see the river turn into a beam of white light, and you feel yourself being carried upwards in this light. You awaken back once again in your true home. You look around and see the perfection of this place that you left only a short time ago. You ask yourself a question. Was my journey down the river all just a dream? It didn't seem like a dream. A thought comes into your mind. No, it was real, and yet on some level it was all just an illusion too. Your guide comes close to you and asks you, what did you learn on your journey? After some reflection, you respond saying, the people who were arguing with each other and the senselessness of their behaviour taught me the importance of remaining calm and peaceful in myself. The difficult ride down the side stream taught me to trust that there is a destined pathway and all will be well in the end, even if it is difficult at the time. And the experience in the gorge, in the storm, taught me that only through enduring the darkness can I fully appreciate the light. Good, says your guide. You have understood the chosen lessons of that lifetime, and you have evolved another part of your true self. Now, take some time to rest in your true home and enjoy the paradise once more.